Meeting Saloon, welcome to a brand new series, playing some Project Zomboid. And in this video, I'm just gonna show you the setup process, the maps and mods I'm using, the character build, etc. So the actual gameplay starts in the next video, but I wanted to have that separate here. So, you know, if you're just interested in the action, go to the next one, and here's everything else. Project Zomboid, zombie survival game, zombie outbreak happened, the zombie virus is airborne and you are the only one immune to the airborne strain, but if you get bitten by a zombie, you're still gonna die from the zombie infection. So that's basically the setting that's happening. So we're gonna go in, start a solo game, custom sandbox settings. And the first thing we're gonna do is go back, because that's not actually, I need to load my mod list first. All right. Yes, mods. I'm gonna filter in my mod manager to the enabled mods to show you which ones I'm using in this playthrough. So there is Authentic Z light version. Authentic Z is a customization mod that adds various zombie outfits just to give a little bit more variety. There's a full version, so the not light version, which also adds some upgradable items and stuff, but this has no gameplay impact whatsoever, so it's just for some more variety, some fun items and stuff like that. Then Clear Cove. So Clear Cove is a map replacement mod, which basically replaces the base game map with a complete new map with 5 or 6 cities on it and some other hidden stuff. This is mainly for me personally, so that I don't know where everything is, which I kind of do on the default map, and so there's still a little bit of a sense of exploration and finding out new stuff here. It feels very vanilla-esque, so it's not super much different. Then we've got Filibuster Rhymes used cars. Similar to what Authentic Z does for zombie outfits, Filibuster Rhymes does for cars. So you have more car variety, higher resolution car models, but balance-wise they are in line with vanilla cars. So it's really, again, just for some cars that look a little bit better and having more variety and not the same 5 car types all over the map. Then we have a mod manager, mod options, mods, that's normal, and then I have my weapon condition indicator, which basically shows you in a graphic way the durability of the weapon you have currently equipped, so you don't have to like scroll through your inventory all the time to see what the status of your weapon is. I would argue that this also does not affect game balance in any way, it's just an interface improvement. So that's the minimal mod list that I'm running here. So it's reloading the mod setup. And by the way, I'm trying to balance here the audio a little bit, but unfortunately this is the lowest setting for music, and I kind of like the in-game music, so it's gonna be on, but we'll have to see. If it's too loud compared to my speech, please let me know in the comments. Other than that, we're just gonna roll with it. I think it's just the menu music that's a little bit louder. So now, anyway, we go to Custom Sandbox. We click on Clear Cove, being this new map. Yes, Clear Cove. And then I'm gonna load my preset for this, which is Custom Sandbox always takes basic apocalypse settings, difficulty and world settings, etc. And I made a few minor changes here. Let me see, I think this should all be the same. This is basic. Loot rarity, I've changed. It's by default, it's set to rare. I've set everything to extremely rare, so it's a little bit more rare. Then we enabled the minimap in the game, and for the zombie options, by default Apocalypse has a peak population multiplier of 1.5. So this basically says how many zombies there are on the map, or rather, compared to what the map maker set up, the modder. We're doing 1 times the population, so whatever they intended, but on the peak day, which is happening after 28 days, we're gonna move up to 3 times the base population of zombies. So have it a little bit more crowded. By default, that's 1.5 normally. So we have basically 3 times the basic zombie population after 28 days. But what I usually do in single-player games in Zomboid is turn off anything related to respawn and migration, because that always rubbed me the wrong way. And there are plenty of zombies on the map. You don't need respawn. Like, the vanilla map has something like 500,000 zombies on it. You really don't need respawn there. This modded map is significantly smaller, but I'm fairly certain we're still gonna have like 50,000 zombies on it. I don't need respawn. There's plenty to kill. I'm not gonna run out. Alright. Let's go to the character creation. So when you're going through this, you have a system here where you can get negative perks to gain points, positive perks that cost points. You have 8 points to start with. You also have some professions that might have unique traits that you can't get through this. And then you build your character. So I'm gonna go through what my usual build is, and those who have watched the stream kinda have seen that build already, but it's really one of my favorite builds, and that's what we're gonna go with. So I'll take the following approach here for this. We're gonna go first for the negative points and adding a lot of stuff to gain a little bit of a budget. So I'm gonna give a quick introduction why I'm taking those perks. Now I have a few hours in the game, so I'm kind of confident with these perks. Those might not be the best perks for a beginner, but I actually think don't be too scared by the negative effects. The positives you get more than make up for that. So starting off, we take Clumsy. We make more noise when moving. Well, the idea of this build is going to be very combat oriented, so if we attract a few more zombies here and there, that's fine. We'll just bash their heads in. Then we're going to be short-sighted, which gives a small reduction in vision radius, which is barely noticeable. It nerfs our foraging ability to, find food in the wilderness, but hopefully we'll not need that. Slow reader takes us longer to read books. There's a lot of stuff you actually need to read in the game for long-term survival, but we'll just need to take a little bit more time with that. We need points. Weak stomach. If you eat bad food, you might get sick and die from that. Well, just don't eat bad food. Easy. Conspicuous. More likely to be spotted by zombies. Similar to Clumsy. I don't mind attracting more zombies if we're strong enough to defeat them. Right, then prone to illness. More prone to illness, faster rate of zombification. Well, prone to illness is really a matter of illness in this game is mostly related to getting sick when you're out in the rain, you're getting super wet, it's cold, etc., and you're catching a cold, catching a flu. Again, the easy solution is don't go out, or make sure you wear appropriate clothing and get back inside when you're getting wet. Then we have smoker here. We need to find cigarettes, find a lighter, and regularly smoke. Which, the game plays in 93. You'd think there would be more smokers around. It might be a little bit hard depending on how lucky we are. It's a little bit rough in the first few days, but it's not game breaking if you don't get your smokes. Like, you're not gonna die from not having smokes. Alright, first, we need to drink more often, keep more water supply on us. Water, I don't think is a big issue in this game. since every building pretty much has water for you. So easy points here. Then slow healer. Recovering more slowly from injuries and illness. Well, don't get hit, don't get injured, don't get ill, and then it has no effect, right? Easy. Thin skinned. If we're being hit by a zombie, they're more likely to break our skin, and injure us. Well, don't get hit. Super easy. And I think that's my budget here. There is 3 more that I consider okay to take, but I think I'm good with this. So the other ones I sometimes take. Hemophobic. When you get bloody, you get panicked a little bit. The way to avoid it is you need to wash your character, and since we're smoker and we're smoking anyway, we can reduce the stress from this. Not gonna take it here though. Then we have unlucky, which reduces your chance to get super rare loot items, which you don't need those to survive, but I kind of think they're fun, so we're not taking unlucky. And you could also easily take disorganized, which means containers have less storage room, so you kind of have to move twice from the car to bring the groceries back inside the house, because you know, and your house needs to have more cupboards. It's kind of easy to deal with, but I also think kind of annoying. Okay, lots of professions in the game. I'm not gonna go through all of them. I'm just gonna say for this specific playthrough, and one of my favorite builds is the lumberjack. Starts off with +2 in X skill, gets +1 in strength. You normally start with 5, so we're starting with 6. And we get the X-Men ability. X-Men gives us better ability to chop trees, which is secondary, and a faster X swing speed. This gives you 25% attack speed with axes. So the axes are going to be our primary weapon. Try to find as many as we can and kill enemies with that. That cost us 8 points, so we've got 41 points left to spend. Now, the big expensive ones we're gonna pick up here is strong. 4 points additional strength, putting us at the maximum of 10 strength right from the get-go. Similarly, athletic, giving us 4 additional points of fitness. So that was the big one. Then keen hearing. Now, hearing in this game is kind of weird because, you know, it's you the player who's hearing, not the character, but it is simulated by you having a bigger perception radius around your character, so any zombie coming in from behind you, you will spot them sooner. Yes, hearing improves your spotting. Just roll with it. Alright, then one of the most important skills, in my opinion at least, is the skill Nimble. Nimble affects your combat movement. I would always suggest either taking a profession that starts with Nimble, like for example the burglar, gets 2 points in Nimble, or taking the, where is it, gymnast trait, should be a 5-point trait, yeah, which gives you 1 nimble. We actually get 1 light-footed, which is kind of a complete waste, because that's about sneaking. We don't do that here. Alright, 10 points remaining. So the next one I like taking is dexterous. We transfer items more quickly from the inventory, which is kind of a luxury trait, but it can also help you if you need to quickly loot something before a zombie gets to you. Especially in the early game, that's super helpful. Cat's eyes, better vision at night. And then we have 6 points remaining, which there's a lot of options here, or what we could do with those 6 points. So one option would be, for example, Brawler. giving us an additional X skill at start and long balance skill, so we have a second weapon category we can use. But what I'm gonna take here instead is Fast Learner, just for quicker XP gains with basically all skills. So 25% learning boost. So for Axis, it's basically like the same as Brawler, with one additional point. So this here, these percentage numbers are your XP boost that you get in the game. So one additional point in Axis, I guess I can just show that. Puts us to 125% with Brawler. And Fast Learner is 25% to everything, which is not shown here. It's kind of, the tooltips are a little bit lacking sometimes. And that's our build. That's our setup. Last chance to see if I want to change anything. No, I think that's what we're going with. All right, then we're just gonna randomize a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Just like that, we're loading into the game. And that will be in the actual first episode. I'll see you there.